Hello Bugrathians and YouTube, Bugger here with some more Space Zombie vs. Virus 2. Today we are going to be changing around our ship a little bit. I'm going to help this little guy out, not really for the scraps, it's not going to give me much of experience, but because I don't want him stealing my fucking shit, which he was trying to do. He was trying to kill my transport, and well, that's not cool, dude, because that transport works for me. And that dude, of course, is going to get right up in the way and take all of my fucking missiles that were supposed to be for this guy. Fucking shit bag, right? Anyways, what I want to talk about is we are going to reconstruct our ship. The mission thing has been fun, and, you know, I actually wouldn't mind continuing it, but the problem is that it's lost its effect, to be honest with you guys. If you've noticed, a lot of the zombies I've been fighting, they all have flak, just like I do. They're not idiots, and they know that people are going to launch fucking missiles at them. So they have flak in order to knock down the missiles. What this means is that, from what I'm seeing, I would judge roughly at least 50% of my missiles are getting shot down. Now, I could go with more missiles. I could extend this thing out lengthways. I could do a lot of things. However, that's not going to solve my main problem. The other thing we're looking at is our ship is getting bigger. We have to put more parts on the end. We need to get more engines, bigger engines and such, and I don't want to invest money in missiles that I'm not going to use because I really do like more of a mid-range ship on this game. So we are going to transfer our ship over. Oh, okay. We can sell that for $292. We are going to transfer our ship over. Let's scavenge this pile and make it into a more mid-range ship. So we're going to come back to our spaceport.
Saved.
We're going to collect our stockpile. I want to trade off this guy, and I want to go ahead and trade off. Oh no, not yet. All right, we're trying to finish. So in order to get this done a little quicker, we're going to use a custom ordering system. Now we're going to go for the Sun Hunters. Now we already have. Let's look at our stuff. We already have a right wing. I would rather this be from whatchamacallit, the Sun Hunters, but we'll take it from that. If we have some left over, maybe we'll trade it, but I doubt it. So we're gonna go to the custom order system because this is the quickest way to get it without having to go all over the galaxy. So we need a right wing, right? Oh, fuck. No, I didn't mean to do that. Damn it. Keep hitting the wrong thing, guys. I just got to make sure that was a left wing that we had. No, it was a right wing. We need a left wing. Okay. I would have fucked that up. Left wing, and we also want that to be large. We're also going to want an engine. So if we go down here, so when you originally go on here, they'll all be on, but we can cut them all off, and then just shoot. So let's talk about the weapons for a second. Alright, so if you look at weapons, you got three classes. You got cannons, beams, or four classes, launchers and dispensers. Now, all of these are susceptible to flak. So you've seen my flak fire, knocking down people or defenders. Doesn't mean they're not good. Like, for example, some ion bombers actually can do really good and a lot of damage because you don't just get one hanger. Out of these hangers, you get 8, and out of pods, you get 4 and then 2. And I think it's a size difference. A Cruel is a blade that is only useful when the shields are down. It does pretty good damage. You can kind of move it around. Really good at hitting armor. Now the weapons is what we were doing. We were using regular missiles, but you do have torpedoes. We had the SRMs. We were using some of those. You have a lot of them. We were using ion SRMs too. Ion warheads specifically target the shields. These mass warheads make a black hole. And I actually did get on here and I wanted to try and see if the mass warheads would actually make a difference. But with flak, the enemy never gets caught in it because as long as you have engines, you can run away from these things. You pretty much have to detonate it right in front of them. Then they won't be able to run in it because they're going into it. But unless you do that, and even then, you can turn away from this thing. Or if you're going fast enough, you can just speed straight through to some bitch and not really take much off of it. And against something like a base, I was testing a design out against a base where I just put some mass warheads on to see how it did. And I pretty much had to run right up to the base for it to hit. There's also the danger of you hitting yourself if they're getting in close and you're trying to get in close enough for their flak not to hit. There's a danger of getting sucked in this shit yourself. Corrosive warheads will deal damage to Their armor, I do think it goes through shields, but once again, it has the same weakness the rest of these does. That the enemy can shoot it down and not be effective by it. Same thing for this. This is a slow-moving missile, does a lot of damage. The cloud torpedo is interesting because it drops smaller missiles as it's going. The gravity missile is the one that slows them down. So we're not going to go with launchers. We are going to go with one hanger for right now. We may get a second one later on. So here are the beams. Actually, let me do this. Let me do this. We'll look at some of the weapons for people that may not have bought it. So let's just look at Defender Pod, Defender Hanger. Where's Defender Pod? Alright, let's look at them two. And let's just do a search. Oh, because of the Lars. Let's select all three types. So what you'll see is the pods here are, or pairs are smaller one. You get two. Boom, boom, boom. Then if you come up to, oh wow, it actually. Alright, let's select another person. If you come up here, these are the hangers. You get actually 8 of them. And who makes the double? And if you look at doubles, you get 4. That's the difference between the different names. They all do the same thing of them, but that's the difference. And if you look, you'll see, you know, their range is only 150, and that's because you want them to stay by. But if we look at, let's look at both of these in the Zappas. Yeah. So if we search for these, you see this is a Zapper. Basically, it's going to use lasers, 750, and that's for all of these, I believe. Even the bombers, yeah. So they're all 750, but they can do some pretty decent damage, especially when you get 8 of them out. So they're not a bad option, but I just don't want a hanger ship. The mass warhead, this is the one I was talking about. 4 DPS, so it doesn't do any physical damage, but it sucks away shields, and it can do physical damage in the sense that it will suck in debris and hit them from that. The corrosive warhead, that's the other one we could think about, being corrosive acid. The ion warhead specifically targets the shields, as you see. So if you see red you see where you have the green shield, if you see red, it means it doesn't do as much damage. Green means it does. If it's grayed out, it means it does no damage. So once shield goes down, this does no more damage. And if you look at, we look at the cloud torpedo, I got it posted that this person's bombless. As you see, it's still, even in the biggest form, it's not that damaging. We don't want to go for them. So what we're going to do, and then range beams. So if you look, pretty much all of these are like 1200. Oh no. Gravity missile 750. Yeah, that's the other thing. I'm going to have to get in close to use a gravity missile. So we don't want to do that. But let's get to what we were doing. Chainsaw beams are really interesting. I actually want to use them because they do a lot of damage. But as you see, a 250 range, that's a lot. Now, the longest range is going to be a range beam. Even that's only at 400. And then Lich beam also does the same thing the missile does, and the fact that it slows it down. So, you know, now we want to use plasma discharge. So snipe cannons are good. I had thought about doing that to take care of strike craft. Particle hoses I like too, but ultimately we're going for plasma dischargers, and we only want large ones, and we want it for the engine and left wing. So as you see, nothing's coming up, so we're going to custom order a 0 part. So we get the engine there, deliver that to me, and then we got the left wing, so deliver that to me. Alright, so we have our 3 plasma cannons. The next thing we want to do is a nose. I don't know if the Sun Hunters actually have this part. I don't think they do. But what we want is this fucking Defender hanger. So as you search for, there are no ship parts. As I told you before, not everybody creates every ship part. So the Sun Hunters don't create these. And sometimes it's not necessarily they don't create them. Like, they don't create them for this particular one. So this is, I don't think I explained this. So basically, down here shows you where they're at, their distance. So we could travel to this place and buy it. Like if we select it, we could also have them deliver it to us. Now as you see, we need 4,265. So we need to sell some stuff. So first thing is, we're going to sell this guy, because we do not care about one on the wing. We're also going to sell a whole bunch of our people. That should give us what we need right there. So let's do another search. We're going to take this one. It's a little bit more. We're going to hold space. Alright, so let's go into our ship. I'm not going to sell anything yet. But what I'm going to do is... let's just clear to the spine. So when you're looking at a ship, you have a couple of different designs. The first one is a 3x5. Now this is synergy. I'll show you what I mean by this. I don't think I've ever went over this. So basically, if you do a 3x5, if you do the strong synergy build, you're gonna have something like this. Oh shoot! One second. Before we do that, we are gonna take one of these. All right. So. And here's why. If you look at the center one, 100% synergy. This one's 10%. The reason being is with 2 cores, you don't get any synergy. When you have 2, you get 10%. So like this one has 2, that's 10%. 3, you get 50% is what this has. And with 4, you get 100%, meaning that that core basically has double the stats. So you can make a really strong design, but in the end, you end up getting a giant brick in space, because either you're going to do this and go over 5 to 7, depending on if you're playing a campaign, you can only do 15 cores, that's 5. But if you're playing a 1 we are on the sandbox, you can set to 21, so 7. Or you're going to take and make a big long one. The difference is going to be wings versus wings versus engines and noses. Now we do not want to do that because that's quite frankly pretty fucking boring. Now all the parts we know we're gonna keep, we're gonna put down here. Right now I know I'm gonna keep this guy. Oh yeah, I can't do that yet, can I? Why not? Why won't it let me? I don't know. Let's go ahead and transfer that out right click. Alright. Oh my god. Sometimes this game does some dippy stuff. So what we want to do basically, so a couple of different designs you have. We'll go over a couple of them actually. Before we get started, we'll take some time. So you've got basically the 4 strongest designs I can see. Now it's not saying that these are the only designs you can do by any means. You can do whatever you want. So basically you could do something like this, which is. Oh wait, I actually can put this down here. So you can do an eye, right? And this would give you a large engine, a large nose, and a massive amount of wings. The problem with making a long ship is turning. Not only that, but as we get more parts, we're gonna get slower because we're gonna need more wings. That's why I don't like this. So, but you can, for example, they can do a T build. Like in this case, you could put, you know, two noses up here. You could put 2 engines. If you really want to go more on engines, you could do something like this, and that would give you, you know, 3 large engines. You'd be less on the wings, but you'd be more on the others. The other one, let's see, is to go with an N. Oh, I didn't want to. The others would go with like an N, which is like this. And if you're doing this, you're probably more making a chaser ship to where you have all your weapons pointing backwards. That way, as they chase you. So if you're doing a missile boat, this is a good design for it because as they chase you, all of your shit's pointing backwards. All of your shit can fire at them. Or if you're doing like a sniper cannon build, really a long range like that. What we want to do though, wow, just changing it all around. All right. Let's just go ahead and pop this up so we can make what we want. We're going to go with the U though. The N is for a chaser build. We're not going to be chasers. I want to keep... Yeah. I don't know why it likes to do that. We don't want to go for a chaser build. What I want to go for is basically a run up and ram you in the ass build. I really hate the fact that it won't turn around the same way. Anyways, so we're going to go for this, and we'll start building these up. Eventually, what I'm gonna want to have is 7 going across. So I want 1 more going across, or maybe not. I actually may stick with just 3. No, I do, because what I want to be able to do is to fit 3 large in here. So I'm gonna go for like 8 across probably. Either way, we're going to keep our minigun drone here and this guy. We will eventually replace those 2 with 1 big thing. But for right now, that'll do. We want to put this guy in here. Wait a second. Do I want to do it like that? Yeah, I do want to do it like that. We're not going to have a... Actually, I know we can actually do some neat stuff there. Anyways. I'm going to put that guy there. Plasma charger. That's plasma. Yep. So our parts are going to be a little bit clunky right now to make this work. Where's our SRMs? Now we are going to be coming in close. So we are going to put our 2 sets of ion SRMs right here. And then... Yeah, that actually, if we're leaning, should be able to hit something to some degree. So, them parts will eventually be taken out. Once we get another core, we'll probably just extend it to the right. I don't think we'll stick either of these, but we'll end up sticking, I don't know what there. But basically, this will mostly be defensive for all the noses, and then our offense will be on the wings, a little bit of offense on the back, or a little bit of defense on the back along with the offense. But that right there, excuse me, ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna go with that. Of course, we'll be able to fit 2 more up here, and we'll probably have just flak on the edges of these. I don't know, yeah, because none of the small weapons is going to be enough to be worth it, I don't think. But either way, we're gonna try this out, ladies and gentlemen. So we're gonna go back to the star map. I don't want to throw these parts away yet. So basically, we're just gonna stick these in here. Alrighty, we're gonna jettison the junk. Bam. We don't got anything else. Nope. And then we're going to. We spent 7 minutes making our ship better, and now we're gonna go and test this out on some zombies and see how this works. Now, we still have all the parts from the previous design, so if it doesn't work, but it should, but if it doesn't work, then we'll be able to go back and change it. Now, our biggest issue with a ship like this is going to be strikecraft. Chasing those little fuck sticks down. We have a large engine, a medium, and a small. That should give us pretty good speed. However, I'm not going to be completely comfortable, and we're at 46. I'm not going to be completely comfortable. Oh, we got 3 of them. Let's see how it does. 3 is a bit to take on at any point. Or, well, not really at any point, but right now it is. We need a speed out here. As I was saying, and that's why it's a bit much to take on. Alright, let's go ahead and reload that. I didn't intend on taking on 3 fuck sticks. Alright, we need to stay more outskirt territory. Alright, let's see if we can get him to. Alright, let's see if this is enough not to pull. But I'm fine with him pulling 1 person. I'm pretty comfortable with us taking on like 2. I did not look at his level. Was this probably a big fucking mistake? Zombie ambush. Alright, I'm not worried about an extra zombie ambush ship because those other ships are pretty shitty. Now, as I was saying, the biggest problem with this ship is going to be outrunning shit. Oh god. God damn it. Alright, let's reload it. This can work, guys. I know it can. What level is that ship, first of all? Am I thinking on like a level 100 or something? No, he's only 49. Let's see if we can take him on without fucking 3 buddies. Okay, one-on-one. Because he's slightly above our level. Alright, zombie outpost once again detected. Get the fuck out of there. One other good thing about the plasma cannons is they're pretty fucking good at taking out stuff like asteroids. Alright. We've got out of the complete shit. Alright. Now, can I finally say it without trying to completely kill me? Oh! Normally the biggest problem is taking out strike craft. We've just got a couple of lucky shots there. And that's the only reason that strike craft died. As you see, it disperses a lot. And strike craft are fast. So 2 of the main strategies for hitting strike craft with a ship like this are A, getting them behind you so that when you're shooting behind they have less room to turn, because if they're coming like from the side, 90% of the time they're going to outrun it if they're doing a straight side shot on you. Like you saw there, hitting because we're kind of heading towards it, so it's not a complete side shot. However, in a complete side shot, most of the time, it's just going to outrun it. The other option is to just run the little fuck sticks down, which is what we're going to be doing. So when I talk about like that behind ship, that's one case. When you just put everything behind and make everything chase you. Now, other than that, one of the other weaknesses of plasma dischargers is basically that they are very fucking expensive on energy. We are getting a little bit too close to these guys. I don't want to get within that 1200 range. I want to lure the strike craft out, beat the shit out of them. Is anything gonna hit that? He's come out of the range of his protected mines. Oh, I was gonna say, if that pulsar hit, that would have been like the epic. Oh! Alright, so these shots I'm getting with the plasma cannons, I have to admit, I am getting some lucky shots with them. Once we get another large... Fuck you, fuckers. Either way, once we get another large engine, we should be a lot better off. The other thing about using the defender hangers that is a disadvantage from flak is the fact that the defender hangers rely off of energy. So when your energy goes down, they completely go down. So even if you're using defender hangers, you need some amount of flak in order so that they can't just completely mutilate you. Now, I don't really want to go in on these guys with all their strike craft around. But then again, plasma dischargers are perfect for it. But what we're going to do is go after this little fuck stick. Ugh. Bam! That's wrong. Come on, fire, fire, fire. Oh, didn't heal.
Engaging.
Oh, unlucky for you. Alright, this looks like it's probably the last one. So I would like to... Oh shit, there's the poop pieces. There we go. Alright, now we're going to go in on one of these, and you're going to see the damage 3 plasma dischargers can unleash. I'm not going to worry about recharging the old capacitor just because... Oh, did you see that? That's what I'm talking about. That's how fast shields goes down with this. I don't know if that was actually the good zombie or not.
Target oblivion.
Oh, poop missile. Now, the disadvantage, of course, is that right there. I have to get in pretty fucking close for this to hit him. So, we definitely... Oh, we got some more coming in. We need to stay out of the way.
Engaging.
Oh, that's why. Alright. Shit, that's what it is. Dismiss.
Engaging.
That's why I'm fucking
Target.
Alright, let's do some boosting. Oh shit, we need to... Alright, we're gonna keep hitting this guy. Alright, that should take him down. Yeah. There we go. We definitely need to take down these guys. Oh, he almost hit him. We're gonna reload it actually. We're at a bad time with all this shit coming in. That way when we go in, we can get a full barrage. That's what we're about to do. Stop shooting at that guy. Not gonna hit him from that angle. Oh, that mine. Oh, that did. Oh, God. 2-strike craft.
Shields offline.
Yeah, knock out the Putin. Okay, we're gonna come in close. We're hoping that Esperanza will help take care of the shield so that... Oh, shit. Oh, that's not good. My energy went out. Yeah, take out that strike craft, please. Get that barrage. Shit. I put that back on for 2 reasons. First of all, because we lose speed. But secondly, it is also one of our weapons. Oh, we... Shit, it just about got it. Come on. Come on. We are taking some damage, but we make it out of this battle, we're going to get like 2 fucking levels, probably. At least 1. Come on. Let's just see who's tougher.
Shields offline.
Oh, fuck, he got... Oh, yeah. We took off a lot of his shit. Fuck. We're so slow. Bam! That should actually do him in. Oh, so close. Alright, there we go. Alright. That's everybody. Let's go back. Oh, God. What did we get? Some infected parts, some more cores.
Ding!
There we go. Reactor boost recharge. I'm gonna go to reactor this time. Almost got that 2nd level. Okay, so what we want to do is we want to go here. Did we? No, we kept everything, right? Oh, we got a medium ion storm. We could think about taking off for the pulsar. We did get... No, we didn't get any more cores from that. Well, that sucks. There's nobody around here right now, and I would really like to see what these parts are.
Cargo acquired.
Nobody come over here. Yeah. Alright, so what we're going to do is we're going to go back over here to friendly territory.
Game saved.
The first thing we're going to do is just purify our ship. We'll go ahead and repair it. We are red on goons, so maybe I should have just went here and repaired it, but who cares? Stuff, so if we click on this, I think I did this before, but you can basically transfer it to space. And then we're going to sell it right here. Trade. We're going to sell that. We're going to keep the other 2. However, all this other stuff we're going to trade. Wait, turkey neck, minigun? We look here, oh, that is missing. Alright, that part, that's our one that came off. So as you see, it was successful taking them on. It was a little bit risky, but it was successful. What else do we need to do? We need to repair the last of it. We want to buy some goons. Normally wouldn't buy goons, but we are really, really low. So that is going to be it for this episode. As you see, our new ship design is working out, at least to some degree. We almost got the actual level. We'll get another core. What the fuck?
Sure, I believe in violence.
Oh, well. We will see you next episode. This will be on there. Actually, we're gonna do a quick test. I just want to see if I just run and gun, can I take them down? I don't plan on finishing this fight because we're at the end of the episode and I already got like 2 episodes, so we are gonna test if we can just come in here yet and fuck shit up, which I don't think we can. Let's see. It'll be a dude, if we actually do this and win this fight, then this is gonna be a bit fucking ridiculous. Yeah, we did do it. Now, given our ship about got destroyed and still might. Oh, fuck. Let's see. Let's just fucking carry this out. Oh, God, he shot in the head of him. Yeah, I'm kind of at the mercy of, are they going to act like idiots or not? How many are there? 5? Actually, we may still get destroyed. We're going to try it though. Yeah, the episode's gonna run kind of long. Because we have no defense against missiles. Can we just get at least one of our units back? Let's see. If we at least get one of our units back, we'll have a lot more speed. Nope. So we can't. So I don't know how that guy attacked me, but that was an experiment. I figured I'd be destroyed, but I really didn't want to continue that fight right now with you. With you guys not seeing it. So we'll see you next time. Thanks for joining us. Please like, subscribe, let me know what you think about the series, and deuces.